Can this get any better? Oh. Hey guys, welcome back to the Everything Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Shinry. Today's video is going to be on the episodes 2 or 3 of the One Piece live action anime. And so, once again, I want to reiterate that I'm going to have a biased review compared to Logi's unbiased review. Logi was going to do this episode with me, and we probably will recap it again later. But where he wants to do it weekly and wait, I'm more because I'm on the Everything Podcast, I like to give you guys episodes back to back to back. So first thing I gotta tell you, if you didn't hear my first review, if you didn't watch up to Enies Lobby, there in One Piece, there are going to be a lot of changes. None of this is exactly how it happened in the anime. There are Easter eggs and references and some things directly taken, but most of it is changed. First thing that changed is how they met Buggy the Clown. They don't meet him in a circus. They do meet him in a town where he's has these people captured, as well as there's this dog that's there's a lot more that happens than they could condense into 10 episodes, you know what I mean, or a whole episode, because Buggy's arc I think on for 3, 4, 5 episodes, something like that. Well, for the most part, it's really good. And so, as I said, I'm going to have a biased review. I'm going to tell you what I thought about it, as well as what I didn't like about it, or just some subtle changes. First thing, Buggy the Clown looks great. He looks amazing. I love Buggy the Clown. He's giving me Buggy the Clown energy from the anime and manga, especially when they talk about his nose, because that's one of the jokes in the anime as well as the manga. Every time you refer to him or say anything related to a nose or sounds like a nose, he's like, "Are you talking about my nose?" And it's really offensive, because we never do establish if his nose is real or not. But assuming since he had it as a kid, in the flashbacks, we know that it's his real nose. Zoro's outfit looks great. Nami's outfit looks great. I think Luffy, I like that they're doing other stuff with Luffy, his outfit changes, which are normally saved for the movies or in a specific island, but I don't mind it here. Yeah, like I said, they changed how they met Buggy the Clown. Originally, they do go to that town, and the crew gets separated. Zoro fights the dude on the tricycle or unicycle. Luffy ends up fighting the lion dude. He was teased, even though the mention of the lion was teased, but they don't show the lion or the lion dude or the lion tamer. But the reason why that's important is because Luffy, at one point there's this dog. This dog becomes integral to the arc of Buggy the Clown, and I like this particular arc. But Buggy the Clown is destroying this town with buggy balls and stuff like that. That's his Buggy the Clown special move. It's a buggy ball where he shoots it out of the tip of his shoe, and anyways, it obliterates whatever it touches. So it was obliterating this town, and this dog is protecting this shop. It's protecting the shop where its owner once the owner died a long time ago, and the last thing that exists inside this pet shop is this dog food. And so this lion and the lion tamer, they come and they're looking for something for the lion to eat, and the lion sees this dog food, it sees the pet shop, and the lion's trying to get in there, and this little dog is trying to protect the dog shop. That's its treasure, and it's gonna mimic Luffy, because this whole episode was Luffy protecting Shanks' hat. That's Luffy's treasure. Well, Luffy shows up and he fights with the dog against this lion, or basically protects the dog in the dog shop, and the shop does get destroyed. But the reason why it's impactful is because Luffy takes down the lion tamer and the lion with a punch, and then because the shop is destroyed, the dog's just sitting there all sad, and Luffy's like, "Hey, this is the last thing I can get," and it's basically dog food from the pet shop, and the dog takes it, and he's all happy, and it's just really emotional and touching when you see that scene. So I like that. Also, Luffy doesn't get captured in a water tank. He gets captured in a cage, and Zoro and Nami are trying to find the key to it. Eventually, I think Zoro just cuts him out, basically. But I like how they did it here, because they do this mirror thing where you get Luffy, you get the continuation of Luffy's backstory about what happened after he ate the gum fruit, how Shanks lost his arm. Which, if you don't know, the bandit that attacked Luffy in episode 1, or in the manga or anime, the bandits come, they attack. They harass Shanks and his crew, and Shanks lasted off, because we know who Shanks is, we know his character. And then what else? Then that's when the bandit kidnaps Luffy, takes him onto the sea beast attacks. Most of that still happens the same way, and then as Shanks goes to save Luffy, the sea beast bites his arm off, and then Shanks scares him off, conquers Haki. Now, one thing that I didn't really feel, again, this Shanks is not intimidating me. So when he does conquer his Haki, which you don't know what that is if you're just watching the Netflix anime and you're not caught up in current anime with One Piece, but like conquers Haki is like, it's kind of like like how in Bleach you have like spiritual pressure, and in Dragon Ball you have ki. Conqueror's Haki, or Haki in general, is like showing somebody how strong you are about doing anything. It's like a I know the word. It starts with an I. Not imposing, but it's like an impression, sort of. Like it's like I know the word. It's escaping me right now, but I'm gonna come up with it later. But it's like an impression, or like it's like an intimidation. It's an intimidation technique. Like, this is how strong I am. Do you really want to fight? And so the Sea Beast in the anime and the manga, as well as in live action, got scared and he ran away because they're like, oh shit, this guy is actually dangerous. And yeah, that's how Luffy lost his arm. And they kind of quote the same thing, like Luffy's crying like, Shanks, I made you lose your arm. And Shanks like, don't worry, Luffy, it's just an arm. And we know one-armed Shank is still a badass. But I'm still not getting that like intimidation from Shanks. Although I do love like young Luffy live action and live action Shanks relationship. I thought it was really cute. I love the mirroring with the hat thing. Like, that's his treasure. And the straw hat did not originally belong to Shanks. The reason why Shanks' straw hat is important to him is because it was given to him by Gold D. Roger. Yes, if you guys don't know, spoiler warning. Although if you're just watching a Netflix live action, they're probably going to skip to it eventually. Buggy the Clown and Shanks were members of Gold D. Roger, the King of the Pirates pirate crew. Yes, mind blown. I know we found that out way later in the anime and the manga, but it's a mind blowing moment. They were part of the Gold D. Roger pirate crew. It was amazing. But that's where Buggy the Clown gets like this. And the reason why Buggy hates Shanks, it's not really that he hates Shanks. It's more like, when you learn later that Shanks actually still considers Buggy a best friend, he's always considered Buggy a best friend. They just had like separate goals, where Shanks was going to go after the One Piece and follow Gold Roger, because Shanks and Buggy never saw the One Piece. The reason why they didn't is because Buggy the Clown got sick. The day they were going to find the One Piece, Buggy the Clown got sick and Shanks stayed behind and took care of Buggy. So Buggy's whole thing is just like, Buggy's whole thing is two things. One, Shanks made him accidentally eat the chop fruit. Like, Buggy was holding the fruit, and then Shanks surprised him, and he swallowed it. That's one reason why he hates Shanks. And then the second reason is just because, like, whereas Shanks wants to follow Goldie Roger, Buggy for some reason didn't. That was explained recently, too, in, like, the later chapters in the thousands, but I don't remember exactly what it was. But, like, they basically just went, like, the separate ways, where Shanks was going to go off. And he even offered Buggy to join his crew, but Buggy was like, no. So I think they changed it in the live action like a little bit, like why Buggy hates Shanks, but we don't find out that particular reason in this episode. Oh, the chop fruit looked amazing. I love how it was animated and everything. I have my notes on the side just so you guys know, because I want to remember, like, because there's so many changes, I'm trying to make comparisons. But the chop fruit ability, it looked good. He didn't fight with it as much, but the way he was taken down was the same way he's taken out in the anime. Yes, Oh, let me mention one other thing. So, I love Zoro versus Buggy, like, when Zoro was trying to cut him in half. That didn't happen in the anime and manga as far as I remember, but it mirrors something that happens later when Luffy uses Buggy as a shield against Mihawk, the world's greatest swordsman, and Mihawk can't cut Buggy. So it seems like Buggy's his ultimate opponent, the world's greatest swordsman in the world that can easily cut mountains, cut meteorites, cut anything, could not cut Buggy the Clown. It is a very humorous scene that happens in the Marine Forward War, and I feel like they're mirroring that, so I loved it. Yeah, so the chopped fruit looks amazing. Kobe's motivation is accurate, like why he joins the Marines and why he joined Gorp, as well as like him and Helmeppo being kind of specifically chosen by Gorp. You don't see Helmeppo being specifically chosen, but you see Kobe being specifically chosen because, yeah, they're going to become his two mentors. And, oh, yeah, I like saying Yasopp. Yasopp a part of Usopp's crew, or Shanks' crew, because Yasopp is the marksman of the red-haired pirates. And I like that, like, you get to see how creative he is. Like, one of the crewmates on the redhead pirates are being held, or like fighting a bandit. He like points his gun at a totem pole or tower, and it ricochets off and hits the guy in the head. Very, very good. I love that. But yeah, Shanks is still not coming off as an Emperor of the Sea to me. He's not giving me that yet. Let's see. What else do I have to say about this episode? Yeah, I love that the mirroring of like Luffy crawling towards his hat and Buggy the Clown crawling towards the map. It kind of like gave you like the impression like how important this hat is to Luffy, because this episode emphasizes that a lot. Like where Nami knocks it off and he stretches and grabs it, as well as like it getting stabbed by Buggy the Clown, which was a bigger thing in the anime when he got stabbed through by his claws, but they kept that in there, so I love that. And then Nami is the one that stitches it back up. And we also see like Nami has like this like it was more subtle in the anime and manga, like how she's actually working for Arlong. And we're gonna get up to that in a second too. Or I think that's the next episode that we mentioned Arlong. But yeah, who she was talking to in the communicator is Arlong. And you'll learn the reason why. I'm not gonna talk about this episode because it didn't happen in this episode. But yeah, she's working for Arlong, or she's forced to work for Arlong. And yeah, you're seeing how like subtle Nami is, like not just being a thief and a navigator, but like cunning, like she's gonna betray them at some point. Yeah, Buggy the Clown defeated the Buggy the Clown. The way to defeat him was the same way to anime. Like whenever he separates his body, all you have to do is like lock up or tie down the parts of his body down, and then he can't like come back together, and he just becomes shorter and like mini. And I thought that was really funny, really clever. That's exactly what happened. And Luffy does finish him off the same way, Gum Gum Bazooka, and he sends him flying off. And something I'm noticing they're going to change, and I'm going to bring it up in episode 3, when Buggy Clown gets his body parts back, he meets a new member of his crew. Like somebody comes back, and it's supposed to be really eventful. So I can already tell they've changed a lot. And then I love that Luffy, like after defeating Buggy, he sets all the people free. This is setting up Joy Boy. Joy Boy is a representation of liberation and freedom, and we know that Luffy is Joy Boy, or the Gum Gum fruit is, or well, yeah, y'all don't know that yet. Well, I'm gonna mention this whole thing as spoilers because I guess I'm biased. The Gum Gum fruit is not the Gum Gum fruit. It is the Nika fruit, which is model human Sun God Nika. And Sun God Nika was like this special human who had a rubbery body, and he could do whatever he wants. Which, if you've seen my Gear 5th episode review, you know what it is. As well as my other previous reviews about Gear 5th, you know what that is. Like, he basically can do whatever he wants. But he represents freedom and liberation. That's Joy Boy's whole thing. There was a dog cameo, the dog I was talking about with the he didn't have the box with him, but like he represented, I think, the dog that Luffy has saved from the pet shop and stuff like that. So I think that was that. Yeah, that's all I think I have for this episode. But yeah, it looks great. Like the animation so far looks great. We're gonna move into episode 3 now. But yeah, I gotta say 2 thumbs up for this episode. Love Buggy Clown. Love Buggy's energy. Love the clown nose jokes and all that. Loved it. Let's move into episode 3 because oh my god, Captain Kuro. Captain fucking Kuro. Hi, quick insert real fast. I forgot to mention when I'm about to gush about Captain Kuro why he does this with his glasses. Now, anime and manga fans already know this, and Netflix live action fans might catch on to it. So, before he became Clawhador the Butler, Captain Kuro was the leader of the Black Cat Pirates. And he has these claw-like mittens with like 10 katana claws always out. And that's how he always used to be. So he wouldn't cut his eye, he would use his palm to put his glasses up. Just a little subtle and great detail to Oda added in his story of One Piece. The grandest adventure I've ever read, and that many people that have got into it, that have caught up, that were newcomers, and even fans of you that just like watch the live action love it. That's how great of detail he has at this. Even though Captain Kuro has been Clawhador the Butler for like 10 years, he still thinks he has those claw hands on, so he pushes up his glasses like that, so his katana claws obviously don't stab his eye. Just a little fun, cute little detail I thought I'd mention. That's all. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. Episode 3, 10 out of motherfucking 10. It is a Captain Kuro episode. It is a God Usopp episode. Well, he's just regular Usopp right now. But I did not think they were going to do Captain Kuro. I mean, first of all, if you see me, I've cosplayed Captain Kuro. I fucking love Captain Kuro. I actually think people forgot about Captain Kuro. Captain Kuro was so fucking cool. Bro, back in the fucking, what was that game? One Piece, Grand Battle, I think. You know, like the little chibi ones? Bro, I fucking kill. Vanish, Stealth Walk. You Met Me On. Bro, I was with that. Captain Kuro, I was with that. That was my dude. Now his look looks kind of weird. Like the outfit, some of the outfits transferring to live action are gonna look weird. I can accept that, especially Arlong. When I get to the part about Arlong, I have accepted that. But Kuro, he looks fine. Especially, he's older. I forgot that Captain Kuro's older. But, dude, his claws, when he did the fucking... Bro, his claw. And then the stealth walk, pussyfoot technique, when he's, like, moving really fast. Bro, I did not know how they were going to do that. Good. It was good. Now we got stretching looking good for Luffy. We got fucking Kuro's pussyfoot technique as well. His claws looking good in live action. Loving it, bro. Loving this shit. Loving it so much. Usopp... I'm not gonna lie to you. I gave Nami a pass. I gave Zoro a pass. I gave Usopp a pass. I gave Luffy a pass because they're doing it. First of all, Luffy, his smile, that boy's smile is contagious. You can tell he's having fun. You can tell he is imitating Luffy. He's imitating Colleen. He's imitating the Japanese voice actor for Luffy. He is imitating Oda. It's like Oda chose this guy specifically. He's like, you are Luffy. I'm loving it. But Usopp, I know they couldn't do the long nose because that definitely would look weird, like a Pinocchio nose on in live action. But considering that we went Arlong, considering we've gone Kuro, considering we've gone like Buggy the Clown, why not just give him the long nose? Maybe it would have made me feel a little bit better about him. Because like right now, Usopp is giving me like, and Usopp's my favorite. Y'all know I support God Usopp. God Usopp is my dude. God Usopp. All right, so the stories he tells are fibs. Like even in the anime and manga, when we first meet Usopp, all his stories are fibs. He had these 3 underlings which aren't in the show, probably for like cast time, episode condension. But he had these 3 kids that always believed everything he said, But his fibs are now becoming truth. Everything Usopp ever said in the manga that was a lie is over time has become the truth. Fighting giants, fighting giant beasts, and Usopp being like a man that controls 1,000 men. Did y'all see Usopp being fucking held up by the giant on Dressrosa? Usopp is manifesting these lies and fibs that he's been telling, the stories he's been telling, and it's so good. Also, let me just go ahead and jump to Usopp's backstory. The thing about the pirates are coming, it was for 2 things. One, because he really wanted to, like, his mother was sick, and that is emanated in the anime and manga as well. She was sick, and like to kind of keep her spirits up, he'd be like, hey, Dad's coming home. But instead he said, the pirates are coming, and everybody believed him. And like, also because pirates are bad, even though like Usopp's dad's a good guy and Shanks are good guys, like the villagers would always be like ready with forks and knives and like pitchforks ready to fight. But no pirates ever came. So Usopp became known as a liar. The boy who cried pirate. The boy who cried wolf. That's what Usopp emanated, was just a liar. So as Captain Kuro's plans are unraveling, no one believed him. And again, this was changed from the anime and manga to in live action because Usopp meets Zoro, Sanji, and Nami. Usopp meets Zoro, Luffy, and Nami believing that they're bad pirates, but then they learn Captain Kuro's what he's up to and they all decide to team up. Luffy gets knocked out. I see they're doing that in the live action by making Luffy drink all that poison, and he's obviously going to pass out in the next episode. But like everything's changed. But for what they are doing with this one, I still like it. Mary, not the ship. Oh, let's talk about the ship Mary, then let's talk about the guy with the thing, whatever. So Mary, the ship, I don't like it. I think it looks weird in live action. It looks very, like in the anime and manga, you feel like this sweetness towards it. In that live action, I was like, ugh, keep it away from me. But I mean, they're putting a lot of care into this. Also, there is a very cute reference. If you are caught up in Enies Lobby, you know that all the ships in One Piece are alive. They have spirits in them. That's why Luffy says the ship is a part of the crew, because it is. We didn't know that. None of us knew that until it happened in Enies Lobby. Like I said, this is going to be major spoilers from here. Like, I'm biased. I'm caught up with One Piece. So everything I say is going to be compared to live action as well as to the anime. But when Luffy says, are you talking to me? When he thinks the ship is talking, but it's Usopp, that's an Easter egg because the ship can talk. The ship is alive. The ship has a spirit. And Usopp is like, no, it's just me talking. I thought it was a very cute reference. But Luffy still, in the end, does say, like, he thinks the ship talked to him. And we know that the ship can talk. So that's very cute for the people that caught up. Let me see. Let me try to go through my notes in order. Because sometimes I ramble. I don't like doing it by scripts. I like just rambling and talking to you guys. Oh, a great callback was also the half-assed, like, Jolly Roger Luffy drew with, like, the face half done. That's because Usopp officially draws it later. Actually, that was post Usopp joining the crew that Luffy draws the bad face, and then Usopp instantly has a better one with the straw hat, skull and crossbones. Because also Jolly Rogers represent every captain in One Piece. Every time you see a pirate ship's Jolly Roger, you will know who that captain is. Shanks' Jolly Roger has like 3 scars on it. Kuro has like these cat ears or something, I believe. I forgot what his, but like it looks like a cat. Like every Jolly Roger will always represent whatever pirate captain that you were gonna face or meet. Some other funny scenes I thought was when Buggy the Clown is limping and then his leg comes to him. I thought that was very clever and funny. But then we meet Arlong, and Arlong was gonna look weird in live action anyway because he's a fish man. But him being like this gangster is definitely changed. Arlong was never a gangster. Him and his crew basically hated humans. You don't find out till way later about what happened when you get to Fishman Island. You learn about Arlong's backstory and Fisher Tiger and the slaves and Jinbei. We're not going to get into that because, again, that didn't happen in the live action, and that doesn't even happen in Nami's arc where she betrays our crew. But I just thought it was interesting that like they made him a gangster. I thought it was kind of weird. Like, it was like, okay, I guess Arlong's a gangster in this universe. And he knows Buggy. Buggy knows him. Like, that's definitely changed because Buggy and Arlong never interacted, as far as we know, in all of the anime and manga at all. But the reason I bring this up is because this is what I was talking about. Buggy the Clown didn't get his body parts back until Alvida showed up. Yes, remember Fat Alvida from episode 1? She comes back slim because she ate the slim fruit. And basically what that power is, everything that like you try to hit Alvida with now slides off her body. That's the power of the slim fruit. Or something like that. I think it was a slim fruit. Slip fruit. Yeah, because she can like skate on her toes and shit. It's weird. Oda is very creative, but it's weird. But anyways, Alvida was supposed to come back as Buggy's first mate, or new first mate, or not first mate, but she like joins his crew basically. But yeah, Arlong looks a little weird, and he's a gangster, but I'll excuse it. When we see more of Arlong, I'll know. Let's see. Yeah, I love my first impressions of Kuro, but like I said, the outfit looks weird in live action. And I understand why they didn't do the long nose with Usopp, but I'm curious how they're going to do Tony Chopper, Frankie, because Frankie's always in a bikini, Jinbei, and Brook, the skeleton dude. I'm curious, if we go that far in the live action, I don't know how many episodes we're going to do, but if we go that far, I'm curious like how they're going to animate those characters. I'm curious about that. Kaya looks fine. I don't really have any impressions on her. I already talked about Usopp's stories. Oh, I think Nami trying to impress Luffy, it was hilarious. She's like, how do I look? And he's just like, you look like Nami. And if you know the anime, Luffy's not gay or anything like that, but like women don't have an effect on Luffy like that. Like it's like using sexy jutsu on like Sasuke. Like Sasuke might not react to that. That's Luffy. Like he's like, all these beautiful women are always hitting on Luffy, and Luffy's just like, whatever. I thought that was funny. Zoro preferring booze over food is a nice touch because that's Zoro saying he's always drinking a bottle of booze and stuff like that. He's always complimenting booze. Zoro knowing Kuro was changed. I guess because they're really going in with the pirate hunter thing for Zoro. He knows like all these pirates, but him knowing Kuro was definitely different. I like their little exchange of fighting too, and that Kuro took him out instantly. I thought that was pretty cool. And Kuro taking out Mary happened in the same way in the anime. Mary died. I talked about how Kuro's claws look amazing. His pussyfoot technique looks amazing. And Zoro, Luffy, and Nami, they all feel like genuine friends. Like, even though like this in the anime, this is their like first time meeting or a couple days meeting, they already feel like a real crew. Because in the anime, like I said, they had a little bit longer to hang out and get to know each other. At least in like our timeline wise in the anime and mangas. So it feels nice that they're starting to feel like a real crew. Oh, Usopp's slingshot. That shit looks pretty good for a live action. Because I thought it looked kind of goofy. And I didn't expect to see it, even though I know Usopp uses a slingshot first. But it looked pretty good. I have to see more of it in the next episode, I'm sure, and following episodes. But yeah, Usopp starts out with a slingshot. Then as he becomes Sogi King, Sniper King, he gets like the Kabuto. And then even in a time skip, as God Usopp, I think he has the Kabuto. But it was still cool seeing Usopp's little slingshot. And of course he flees when Zoro goes down. Usopp is a coward, but over time he becomes more brave and things like that. He becomes like essential. Well, he's already essential to the crew as a marksman, but he solidifies himself once we get to Enies Lobby, which is why I said, guys, I recommend get up to Enies Lobby. Trust me. Trust me. As you get to end this lobby, you are hooked. You are set to go in One Piece. You are set for life. Let's see. Yeah, Kuro is confident about letting Usopp go. He's like, don't worry about him. He's a liar. No one will believe him. And like I already said, he's the boy that cried wolf. He's the boy that cried pirate. So, of course, they don't believe him. There's a short scene between Nami and Kaya bonding. Nami's trying to steal all this stuff in a pillowcase. And Kaya knows what it is, but like they have this little bonding cute moment. And as Nami's getting up to leave, Kaya's like, hey, don't forget your pillowcase. And it's like a little slight nod, like she's like, because Nami's like, oh, you're a rich girl, you don't know anything about struggling. And Kaya's like, well, I'm rich, but I don't care about that. So she doesn't mind Nami stealing all that. And so as Nami's leaving, she puts back one of the important things to Kaya and her family as she's stealing. And it shows like Nami has a kindness. Like even though we know a cunning episode is coming up at Nami that she's gonna betray the crew, you still get to see like this like nice side to her. I love that. Yeah, in the end, we get to see that how, like I said, Usopp's mom died and how he cried pirate to like kind of uplift her spirits, but it also got the villagers riled up because like pirates are bad in that universe, and it also mirrors like whenever like Nami always said, or any other pirate says to Luffy like, this isn't how normal pirates are, and like Luffy's like, well, what's a normal pirate? I'm a pirate. But oh yeah, the last mind-bending thing, Kobe is here on Syrup Village. That definitely didn't happen. Kobe did not come back until post in his lobby. So that's what I mean. So many stuff has changed. I have no idea what's going to happen next. I have no idea. They've already changed so much. Oh, and I love Gorp. He had his like dog hat on at one point. That's a great, excellent touch. That's a great touch to add like his dog ears. I love that. Or the dog hat. But yeah, I'm loving this live action. I'm going to re-review this with Justin. I'm going to review this again later with Logi. But as an Everything Anime podcast host, as an anime lover and watcher, as a #1 fan of One Piece, especially God Usopp, especially Monkey D. Luffy, my order is God Usopp, Monkey D. Luffy, Sanji, and then let me say this. God Usopp, Monkey D. Luffy, Captain Kuro, and then Buggy the Clown. Yeah, Buggy the Clown's up there too. But yeah, trust me guys, I'm going to read the rest of this anime. Probably do like 2 episodes now every time. But I'm excited to finish it, and I hope you guys are too. This has been so fun. It's so good, guys. It's so fucking good. Anyways, that's all for this episode and review. The next video dropping, I think, coming up soon, is ranking all of the One Piece movies. Almost all of them have been added to Netflix, and I think the only ones missing are Stampede and One Piece Film Red. There might be some other ones, but they basically have almost all the One Piece movies on there. So I plan on reviewing all of those, giving you guys my thoughts since I get with the Inuyasha ranking video. And, then we'll get back to Dr. Stone, Demon Slayer, and probably Jujutsu Kaisen. So, yeah, look forward to that review, guys. I'm so excited.